What's good, YouTube? Today we're working on a 2000 Chevy Suburban 1500 5.3 liter, doing a tune-up. So first you want to get your air filter off by undoing the air filter hose clamp. Then you want to unclip your MAF sensor so you can disconnect the air intake and get that out your way. Then you want to undo these bolts holding the air filter in. Then you want to undo this hose clamp to undo the air intake outlet. There's a clip right there in the middle you got to take out. Just pop that out with a flathead screwdriver. Okay. Yeah, that throttle body is dirty. All that black on the bottom.
Yeah.
Usually when that gets clogged up and you just release off the gas, this plate, every time you press the gas, the plate opens up, which lets air come through into the engine. And then when you let off the gas, it closes, but it's still supposed to have like a certain amount of air coming through to keep the engine running. But if it's dirty,
it won't get in there.
It won't have any air come through and it'll stall out.
Okay.
That happens. That's another issue with stalling out. And then once you get your air intake off, you can see your MAF sensor right there. I'm gonna spray that down with some electronic cleaner. And the throttle body's looking pretty dirty, so I'm gonna spray some throttle body cleaner in there. Let that soak for a second. And then yeah, this car's been sitting for a half a year, so she hasn't had this car starting for a half a year. I'm hoping to get her started up today. You know what? We are getting her started up today. Come on now. This shit's gonna work. Let's do it. Alright, now that you got your air intake out of your way, let's check this air filter. See how dirty this thing is. Ugh. That shit's clogged with shit. You see that? Damn. There's probably no airflow getting into the engine. This shit. Throw that shit to the ground. Shit's trash. Get our new micro guard air filter. Look at that. Brand new. Not a crumb inside. Let's install that into the engine. Try to get as much of the dirt as you can out before you put it in. You don't want that getting into your new air filter. And now with your air filter as cleared out as possible from dust, put your new air filter in. There you go. Okay, now her throttle body is pretty dirty and her MAF sensor could be dirty. So I'm about to spray some electronic cleaner on here. Quick drying, plastic safe, helps prevent contact failure. Show you what that looks like after being sprayed. There's no liquid at all in there, completely dry, and they're clean. I'm also gonna play Spray a little bit of this on the contact points for the battery. Okay, and there's your oil filter right there. And that has to be your oil plug if the oil filter is right there. There's the bottom of the transmission. And there is something right there behind the transmission, so that lets me know that's the transmission pan. So undo that bolt right there, that's your oil plug. Looks like a 13mm probably. And then undo your oil filter. I'm about to do that right now with my special oil filter strapping wrench. Let's get started. And just spin that off. And let's just start dripping out. There you go. There's your oil. Wait. There's your oil filter right there. This oil is milky brown. I don't know if it's milky brown, but it has a brown color to it. It's not black. So, that doesn't look good. You see that? Looked like water was coming out. Damn, that shit is dark. Okay. While that drains, we'll go get the spark plugs undid. Okay, then pop your spark plug wire out. On this job, we're not replacing the spark plug wires. The customer said they were a little bit too expensive for her, so she said we'll just keep the original spark plug wires. Ooh, did I almost drop you guys? Yeah. Coils. Spark plug well number 3. This one was pretty hard to get to. I had to bring out the short extension to actually fit that socket into there because the steering wheel column is right in the way. Same thing for the back one, the steering wheel column's in the way, so we're gonna have to use the short extension for that. Got it out. Look how black that shit is. That was definitely due for a spark plug change. I don't even know how this sparked at all. There's so much carbon buildup. But yeah. Let's go to spark plug number 4. There's 8 spark plugs on this vehicle. Alright. Now we got all 4 spark plugs taken out on the right side. You get your new spark plugs, which I got Auto Light Iridium XP Enhanced Alloy Technology. That's my choice of spark plug for today. Look at how clean that looks compared to those dirty ones. But yeah, what you want to do is put a little bit of anise on the threads, and then a little bit of dielectric grease on the tip of the spark plug. You guys know what that looks like. And then you just install it into the spark plug well. Go ahead and thread that in there by hand. You know, make sure that it's threading in nice and smooth, no dirt stopping it. I think we're good. So that's in there. Make sure to put a little bit of dielectric grease on the tips. Okay, once your oil is done draining, put it in a bucket. Put the cap. And then put your tray back under there to let the rest of the stuff slowly drip out. Alright, all 4 are now installed. Brand new spark plugs. Wires were cleaned out first. Now, let's get these ones on this side. There's 4 of them. The one in the very back looks like it's going to be the hardest to get to, but we're going to get this shit done, man. There it is. Ugh. Look at these spark plugs, though. They were definitely due for a change. Alright, 2 out of 4 installed. Let's get the other 2. And then when you install the oil filter back in the car, you always want to install it hand tight and get a little bit of oil around the gasket so it seals better. Yeah, you always want to install these hand tight. You don't want to install them all the way 100% tight with the strap. No, you don't need to do all that. It just needs to be hand tight. Alright, so this thing takes 6 quarts. There's 1 quart. Fresh new oil. And then you always want to fill it up with the dipstick out so the oil can reach inside the crankcase. Now let's put the 5 quarter in there.